On a reality TV show, I accidentally smashed a priceless antique vase belonging to Sebastian Vance, the elusive heir to the Vance business empire. Rumor has it, this vase was the only gift left to him by his tragic first love, who passed away young. The billionaire cherished it, allegedly polishing it every night before bed, valuing it more than his own life. Now that I've destroyed it, everyone says I'm finished. Sebastian Vance will bury me. I stood there, face full of confusion. What the hell? Wasn't that vase just a defective piece of junk I made in pottery class years ago and tossed at him? And more importantly, damn it, Sebastian. Since when am I dead? 2 years into my acting career, I finally hit the big time. I was trending #1 on every social media platform. The bad news? I was trending because I shattered Sebastian Vance's favorite vase. I was being hate-followed by the entire country. The internet was roasting me alive. At gossipgirl_x. No way. Does she not know? That vase is Sebastian's holy grail. It was a gift from his late soulmate. He takes that thing everywhere, even on private jets. At Vance Fan Club. A maid once misplaced that vase along with $1 million emerald necklace. Sebastian didn't care about the necklace, but he almost fired the whole staff over the vase. Chloe Hart is doomed. Apenstaartje reality T. Chloe Hart is toast. Career over. Cancelled. At Just Here for Drama. She deserves it. The producers warned her that the mansion belonged to the Vance family. She's so clumsy and disrespectful. There was no sympathy. Even my rival, Tiffany Stone, jumped on the bandwagon. She posted a picture of a broken ceramic shard with the caption, "Such a beautiful piece of art. What a tragedy. I hope its owner isn't too heartbroken." Crying face. I rolled my eyes so hard it hurt. If she hadn't stuck her foot out and tripped me, I wouldn't have fallen. I wouldn't have touched that vase. She caused this mess, and now she's acting like a saint. My agent, Sarah, was practically crying. "Chloe, what do we do? You've offended the Vance family. You're actually going to be blacklisted." Sebastian was currently overseas on business, so he hadn't reacted yet. But domestic brands were already dropping me. Several contracts I was about to sign pulled a U-turn and went straight to Tiffany Stone, who has the same sweetheart image I was trying to build. Sarah was grinding her teeth. "We're in the same agency. I can't believe she used such a dirty trick to sabotage you. And the executives know she did it, but they're protecting her. It's disgusting." "So what now?" Sarah looked at me, mentally calculating if she could book me a few C-list gigs before I was banned from Hollywood forever. I looked at her, calm as a cucumber. I patted her shoulder. "Relax. It's just a busted vase. Who cares?" Sarah's eyes bulged out of her head. "Chloe, have you lost your mind? That's a priceless artifact. Selling you into indentured servitude wouldn't cover the cost." "Priceless?" I almost laughed. That artifact was a reject from when I first started learning pottery. The base was rough, the lines were uneven, and the firing was patchy. I gave it to Sebastian years ago because I didn't want to throw it away. After we got married, I entered the entertainment industry and was constantly traveling. I hadn't seen the thing in years. I was surprised to see it on the shelf during filming. I just wanted to get a closer look at my amateur work when Tiffany tripped me. Now the whole world was waiting for my execution. But they were going to be disappointed. Sebastian wouldn't do a thing. I am his legally wedded wife. Half the Vance fortune is technically mine. And the vase? I made it. But, deceased soulmate? I'm just busy with work, not dead. That toxic man and his rumors. "Sarah, I made that thing. I know what it's worth. If it was actually priceless, would I be grinding in Hollywood right now?" "It broke. Big deal. I have a dozen more in my studio. I'll replace it." Sarah stared at me for a full minute before whispering, "She's cracked." She thought the stress had broken my brain. So she immediately signed me up for whatever reality show would take me, trying to cash out before the end. The only show desperate enough to take the Vasebreaker was a live-stream dating show called Love Unscripted. It was a huge production sponsored by a massive conglomerate. 3 men for women. 1 girl ends up alone. Given my reputation, that girl was definitely going to be me. I signed the contract. Then, on the flight to the location, I saw the sponsor list. The Vance Group. And rumors were swirling that the mystery guest was none other than the CEO himself. The internet thought he was coming to sue me live on air. They were half right. He wasn't coming to sue me. He was coming to catch me. I had lied to him. I told him I wasn't going on a dating show. If he caught me pretending to be single on national TV, I was panicked. 2. In the makeup room, I was too stressed to notice Tiffany Stone walk in. She was also on the show. A newbie actress next to her whispered loud enough for me to hear. "Some people have no shame. She smashed Mr. Vance's vase and still dares to show her face? Is she waiting for a lawsuit?" With no cameras around, Tiffany dropped the act. She rolled her eyes. "She's desperate. Probably hoping to hook up with a rich guy to pay off her debt. Disgusting." I heard Mr. Vance might be the mystery guest, the newbie said. Maybe she thinks she has a chance with him. Ha. As if. Tiffany smirked. In her dreams. She walked past me, deliberately bumping my shoulder. The live stream began. The rules were brutal. After the intros, the audience voted. The most popular girl got first pick of the men. The men had no right to refuse. The chat was exploding with rumors about Sebastian Vance being guest number 4. I was dead last in the polls. Tiffany was number 1. She looked smugly at me. The male options. Brad, the film king, secretly dating the film queen, who was also on the show. Justin, the current it boy, a scumbag who tried to hit on me and then paid bots to hate on me when I rejected him. Noah, the campus heartthrob, a rookie. Tiffany bypassed all of them. She wrote down Justin's name. I was confused. Wasn't she gunning for Sebastian? The film queen picked the film king. The rookie girl picked Noah. That left me with the mystery guest number 4. The supposed Prince of Wall Street. I was trembling. I pointed my finger at the curtain for guest number 4. I could already imagine Sebastian's cold, mocking face when the curtain dropped. The music swelled. The curtain rose. And empty space. The studio erupted in laughter. The host announced. Unfortunately, our mystery guest had a scheduling conflict and withdrew from the show. I opened my eyes. No Sebastian. The comments section was brutal. LMAO, her sugar daddy dreams are crushed. Sebastian is literally in the same city for business, and he cancelled? He probably heard she was here and bailed. Embarrassing. She really thought she could match with a billionaire after breaking his stuff? Off camera, Tiffany sneered at me. Idiot. You actually thought he'd come? You aren't even fit to breathe the same air as him. She knew. She picked Justin because she knew Sebastian wasn't showing up. She set me up to be the clown. 3. The couples went off on romantic dates. I was left alone at the villa. The producers, wanting to squeeze some labor out of me, sent me to the market to buy groceries for dinner. I didn't mind. I used to cook for my master's entire pottery studio back in the day. While I was picking vegetables, I felt a tug on my shirt. I looked down. A little boy with chubby cheeks and big, teary eyes was looking up at me. He looked lost. His eyes lit up when he saw me. He launched himself at my legs. Oh. He was about to yell, Auntie. I slammed my hand over his mouth. Joe. Call me Chloe. It was Leo, Sebastian's nephew. What are you doing here? I whispered. It turned out the resort we were filming at was owned by the Vance Group. Sebastian was here for work and he brought Leo. Leo had escaped his nannies. So Sebastian was here. Minutes away. I shivered. Leo refused to tell me where the bodyguards were, so I had to drag him back to the filming villa. Leo's parents died young. Sebastian and I raised him. He was basically my son. Back at the villa, Leo followed me around the kitchen like a duckling, helping me wash vegetables. Chloe, can I help? Chloe, you're the best cook. His sweet voice melted my heart. When Tiffany returned from her date and saw him, her face twisted. Whose brat is this? Running around the kitchen? No manners. She saw me. Oh, Chloe brought him? Makes sense. Trash attracts trash. My face went cold. Tiffany, watch your mouth. You can't afford to offend this child. This was the heir to the Vance empire. Tiffany laughed. Can't afford it? Please. Is this your illegitimate son with some random sugar daddy? She looked Leo up and down with disgust. No wonder you got resources so fast. You were busy birthing kids for old men. You act innocent, but... I covered Leo's ears. Tiffany Stone, shut up. Making dirty jokes about a child? You are vile. If you say one more word in front of him. I walked over, grabbed a handful of her hair extensions and yanked. I will snatch you bald. Tiffany screamed. 4. The producers decided Leo was ratings gold and made him a special guest. I knew the little traitor had texted Sebastian for permission. So my romantic dating show turned into a babysitting show. The comments were mocking me relentlessly. Chloe is on mommy duty because no man wants her. Is that actually her secret kid? Until the next activity, a pottery workshop. We were visiting the studio of Master Elias Thorne, a living legend in the ceramic world. There was a specific artifact on display, the phantom teapot, a paper-thin porcelain masterpiece. While the cameras were rolling, there was a crash. The teapot lay in pieces on the floor. Leo was standing over it, crying, clutching his elbow. The comments exploded. OMG, that brat broke the masterpiece. Chloe is useless. Can't even watch a kid. Like mother, like son. Destruction runs in their veins. The producers were panicking. This teapot was worth a fortune. I hugged Leo, checking his arm. He was sobbing in pain. Tiffany stood nearby, crossing her arms. Some people never learn. Like I said, no manners. You broke Mr. Vance's vase, and now your wild child broke Master Thorne's teapot. Trying to dump this on the production team? You're finished, Chloe. I was furious. I saw it. Tiffany had stuck her foot out and tripped Leo when the cameras were panning away. It wasn't an accident, I yelled. You tripped him. And that teapot isn't as priceless as you think. We need to take Leo to the hospital. The room gasped. Tiffany looked delighted. Wow. The audacity. You're disrespecting Master Thorne's work? That was a unique piece destined for a museum. How are you going to pay for it? The comments were chanting. Chloe, pay up. Chloe, get out. I looked at the hate-filled screen. Fine. You want me to pay? I'll pay right now. I rolled up my sleeves. I grabbed a lump of raw clay. My hands moved from muscle memory. I centered the clay on the wheel. Within minutes, a perfect, paper-thin form rose from the spinning disc. I grabbed a sculpting tool and carved the intricate phantom lattice pattern into the wet clay with surgical precision. I dipped it in glaze and set it for the rapid-fire kiln. The room was dead silent. Tiffany scoffed. Are you insane? You think your Play-Doh garbage can replace a master's work? You are insulting the art form. Justin chimed in. Yeah, stop embarrassing yourself. It's pathetic. The kiln hummed. It was the only sound in the room besides Tiffany's derisive snorts and the frantic whispers of the production crew. She's actually firing it, Justin muttered, shaking his head. Delusional. I ignored them. My focus was entirely on the pyrometer. Pottery isn't just about shaping clay, it's about controlling fire. When the timer dinged, I put on the heat-resistant gloves. The air shimmered as I opened the kiln door. I pulled out the teapot. It wasn't just a copy. It was perfect. The glaze had settled into a celadone hue that looked like captured moonlight. The lattice work was so delicate it seemed impossible that human hands had carved it. Tiffany walked over, ready to mock it. She reached out a finger to flick the rim. Don't touch it. A booming voice echoed from the doorway. Everyone froze. An old man with wild white hair and a clay-stained apron stormed in. It was Master Elias Thorne himself. He had been watching the live feed from his office. He pushed past Tiffany as if she were a piece of furniture and stared at the teapot. He picked it up with trembling hands. He inspected the base. Then he looked at me. His eyes were wide. The ghost hand technique, he whispered. I haven't seen this since my best student left the studio 3 years ago. The production crew zoomed in on his face. Wait, Master Thorne squinted at me. Chloe, is that you? You changed your hair. The room went silent. You know her? Tiffany asked, her voice shrill. Know her? Master Thorne barked. She's my apprentice. The one who designed the original phantom teapot. This broken one was just a prototype I kept for sentimental reasons. The one she just made? That's the real masterpiece. He turned to the camera. You people are lucky. Chloe's work usually sells for 5 figures at auction under the pseudonym Sage. I've been begging her to come back to the studio for years. The live stream comments froze for a second, then exploded. Wait, Chloe is Sage, the ceramic artist. So she didn't break a priceless artifact. She broke her own prototype? Tiffany looks like she swallowed a lemon. Wait, if she's a master potter, then the vase she broke at Sebastian Vance's house, did she make that too? I sighed. Master, I'm sorry about the prototype. Leo tripped. Master Thorne waved his hand dismissively. Who cares about the pot? Is the boy okay? He looked at Leo's bruised elbow. And who tripped him? Leo pointed a chubby finger straight at Tiffany. The scary lady kicked me. Tiffany paled. I didn't. The kid is lying. Check the tapes. I yelled. Production has cameras everywhere. Check the B-roll. The director, sensing a viral moment, immediately played the raw footage from a side angle on the studio monitor. It was grainy but clear. Tiffany's stiletto heel hooking around Leo's ankle as he walked by. The internet turned on Tiffany instantly. Hashtag Tiffany Stone Child Abuser started trending. Master Thorne's face went red. Get out. Get out of my studio. He pointed at Tiffany. You are banned from any establishment associated with the Ceramic Guild. Tiffany fled the room in tears, followed by a frantic Justin who was trying to distance himself from the fallout. I picked up Leo. Let's get some ice for that arm. As we walked out, Master Thorne grabbed my arm. Chloe, stop wasting your talent on this celebrity nonsense. Come back to the kiln. I will, Master, I smiled. Soon. But first, I had to deal with the man waiting in the black Maybach parked outside the studio. I knew the car. I knew the license plate. And I definitely knew the driver, Sebastian's head of security, Marcus. Ms. Hart. Marcus nodded as I approached with Leo. The boss would like a word. I looked at the cameras. They were still filming from a distance, but the tinted windows would hide everything. I opened the door and slid in. The interior smelled of sandalwood and cold ambition. Sebastian Vance was sitting there, looking at a tablet. He didn't look up. You're trending again, he said. His voice was deep, smooth, and utterly terrifying. I can explain, I said, clutching Leo. First, you destroy my favorite vase, Sebastian said, finally turning his gaze to me. His eyes were dark, like obsidian. Then you lied to me about going on a dating show. And now, you're exposing our nephew to national television. Leo escaped. I defended myself. And the vase. Sebastian, that was garbage. I made it when I was 20. It was lopsided. It was the first gift you ever gave me, Sebastian said quietly. The air in the car shifted. The coldness dropped a few degrees. You said it was from your tragic first love. I whispered. You are my first love, he said, looking straight at me. And looking at your career choices lately, it is indeed tragic. I felt my face heat up. I'm not dead, Sebastian. To me, you might as well be. You left for 3 months to film a movie and didn't call once. Then you signed up for Love Unscripted? Are you looking for a new husband, Mrs. Vance? It's a contract. I hissed. I needed the money because everyone thinks I owe you millions for the vase. Sebastian sighed. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. He tossed it to me. What is this? Compensation, he said. For the emotional damage of breaking my vase. Wear it. I opened the box. It was a diamond ring. A massive, pink diamond that looked suspiciously like the Rose of the South, that sold at Christie's last week for $20 million. Sebastian, I can't wear this on a dating show. People will think I'm engaged. You are married, he reminded me. Wear it on a chain. Hide it. I don't care. But if I see you flirting with that campus heartthrob, Noah, one more time, I will buy the network and cancel the show mid-broadcast. Is that a threat? It's a promise. He leaned over and kissed Leo on the forehead. Go back to the villa, Leo. Spy on your aunt for me. If a man touches her hand, text me immediately. Yes, Uncle Seb. Leo chirped, saluting. I groaned. You are teaching him to be a stalker. I'm teaching him asset protection, Sebastian smirked. Now get out. I have a meeting. I climbed out of the car, feeling flustered, angry, and strangely reassured. He wasn't going to bury me. He was just being Sebastian. The show had to go on. Tiffany returned, claiming emotional distress caused her to trip Leo, and her PR team was working overtime to spin the narrative. The producers kept her because the drama was bringing in record views. The season finale was a masquerade ball. We were supposed to dance with the male contestants, and at midnight, we would unmask and make our final choice. I was wearing a red silk gown that hugged every curve, my face hidden behind a gold filigree mask. The pink diamond ring was tucked safely inside my bodice, resting against my skin like a hot coal. Tiffany was in white, playing the innocent angel. She had targeted Noah now, since Justin was losing popularity. But something was off. The producers announced a twist. Tonight, the original mystery guest has returned. My heart stopped. A tall figure walked onto the ballroom floor. He was wearing a tuxedo that fit too perfectly to be rented. His mask was black leather. He walked with a predator's grace. He didn't walk toward Tiffany. He didn't walk toward the film queen. He walked straight to me. May I have this dance? He asked. The voice was disguised, but I knew the hand that took mine. I knew the thumb that brushed my pulse point. You're insane, I whispered as he swept me onto the dance floor. You actually came on the show? I had a scheduling conflict, Sebastian murmured in my ear. I resolved it. By buying the network? No. By firing the board of directors. We danced. And it wasn't like the stiff, awkward swaying I did with the other contestants. We moved as one. We had danced at charity galas, at weddings, in our living room at 2 a.m. The audience was going wild. Who is the mystery guest? Their chemistry is insane. Look at his watch. That's a Patek Philippe. This guy is loaded. He's ignoring Tiffany completely. El Mayo. Tiffany noticed. She glided over with Noah, trying to cut in. Excuse me, she purred, batting her eyelashes at Sebastian. I think partners are supposed to rotate. Sebastian looked down at her. No. One word. Cold as ice. Tiffany froze. Excuse me? It's the rules. I make the rules, Sebastian said. He spun me away, leaving Tiffany standing there, humiliated again. But Tiffany wasn't done. She signaled to a waiter. As we twirled past the refreshment table, the waiter stumbled. A tray of red wine went flying toward my dress. Sebastian moved faster than I thought possible. He spun us around, taking the splash entirely on his back. His tuxedo jacket was soaked. Are you okay? He asked, checking my face. I'm fine, but your suit. He shrugged. He took off the jacket and tossed it aside. That's when the camera caught it. His cufflinks. They were unique. Custom-made ceramic cufflinks with a tiny phantom lattice pattern. Master Thorne was watching the stream. He tweeted immediately. At Thorne Ceramics. Those cufflinks. I recognized them. Chloe made those for her husband's anniversary gift last year. The internet detectives went to work. Chloe made them for her husband. The mystery guest is wearing them. The mystery guest is Chloe's husband. Wait, isn't Sebastian Vance known for wearing custom ceramic cufflinks? The chat was scrolling so fast it was a blur. Hashtag Chloe is Mrs. Vance. Tiffany checked her phone. Her face went white. The clock struck midnight. It was time to unmask. The host asked, "Chloe, please make your choice. Who do you want to leave with?" I looked at Brad, Justin, and Noah. Then I looked at the man in the mask standing in front of me. "I choose him," I said, pointing to Sebastian. Tiffany screamed, "He's not even a contestant. He's a guest. You can't pick him. You have to pick someone available." Sebastian reached up and untied his mask. The face that appeared on screen made the entire production crew gasp. It was the face that graced the cover of Forbes and GQ. The face of the man who owned half the city, Sebastian Vance. He looked at Tiffany. "I am available," he said. "Exclusively for my wife." He turned to me, pulled me close, and kissed me. On live television. It wasn't a stage kiss. It was a possessive, claiming, breathless kiss that told the world exactly who I belonged to. When he pulled away, he looked into the camera. "For the record," he said, his voice carrying clearly over the stunned silence. "The vase wasn't priceless because of the materials. It was priceless because Chloe made it. And if anyone tries to sabotage her again, I won't just sue you. I will dismantle your entire livelihood." He looked directly at Tiffany. Tiffany fainted. Or faked it. Probably faked it. The show ended right there. Sebastian literally pulled the plug on the broadcast. He carried me out of the villa, bridal style, past the paparazzi, past the producers begging for one more interview. We got into the Maybach. Leo was asleep in the back seat. "You are so dramatic," I said, leaning my head on his shoulder. "I protected my investment," he said, interlacing his fingers with mine. "So, am I still grounded? You're on probation. No more dating shows. And you owe me a new vase." "I'll make you 10, I promised. "One is enough. As long as it takes you a lifetime to make it." We drove into the night. The next morning, the headlines were wild. Chloe Hart, the secret billionaire wife. Tiffany Stone cancelled. Contract terminated. Pottery sales skyrocket by 500%. My agent, Sarah, called me screaming with joy. "We have offers. Gucci, Chanel. The Louvre wants an exhibit of your pottery." I looked at Sebastian, who was eating breakfast and reading the paper. He looked up and winked. I hung up the phone. "Tell them I'm busy," I told Sarah. "I have a vase to make." Epilogue. 3 years later. The exhibition at the Met was sold out. The centerpiece was a collection titled The Vance Collection. It featured the priceless original lopsided vase, glued back together with gold, kintsugi style, the phantom teapot, and a new piece. A sculpture of a man and a woman dancing, wearing masks. I stood in the corner, watching the crowd admire my work. I was pregnant with our second child. Leo, now a rambunctious 7-year-old, was explaining the firing process to a group of confused tourists. Sebastian wrapped his arms around me from behind. "They love it," he whispered. "They love the scandal," I corrected. "They love the story," he said. "The tragedy that wasn't a tragedy." "Are you still mad about the vase?" I asked. "I like the broken one better now," he said, looking at the gold cracks running through the clay. "It shows history. It shows that we broke, and we put it back together stronger." He kissed my neck. "But if you break this sculpture, I'm filing for divorce." "Liar. Try me." I smiled and leaned back into him. I was Chloe Hart, actress, master potter, troublemaker, and the wife of Sebastian Vance. And this time, I wasn't going to break anything, except maybe the box office records.